Hey gamers, welcome to the next session in Friday's group for my Mutants and Masterminds campaign for Days Long Gone. Hey gamers, welcome back to Game Master's Dungeon. I am Brian, your Game Master, and today is the session for Friday's group. That's going to be before the finale of my Mutants and Masterminds campaign for Days Long Gone that I've been running for them and for you. So we're going to see some interactions between Thursday's group and Friday's group. So if you watch Thursday's group, you know that so they played and I role-played Friday's group. Today they'll be playing themselves and I will be running, I'll be role-playing Thursday's group. Now I'm going to try to keep the continuity as close as I can to what happened in the Thursday's session of the same situation in the game. I may not get it perfectly, but at least all the major interactions are going to be there. Just maybe some of the dialogue will be a little different. Kind of excited to see how it goes. I was really hoping that I can get some of the group, to kind of cross over, but I'm going to try to set that up for the finale for the last session, at least a little bit, to get some of that crossover. I think it'll be really cool to see the two groups interacting together. Plans will be made for the final confrontation with Rash, I hope. If you watch Thursday's group, you know what goes on there. But if you're just following Friday's group, then this will be a surprise for you. Plus, there's some story elements that's going on with Thursday's group. And then we're going to elaborate a little bit with what goes on Friday. And then we're going to get both groups to the same point. And it's going to leave off at a very pivotal moment in the storyline. A very decisive moment. So without saying any more, let's go ahead and just get into it. All right. So Friday's group. So recap what happened last time.
We tried to find this little. Was it the chick's phone number that we got?
Yeah, we called her.
We saw a vision of the other group. Tried calling her. She didn't like what we had to say. So we tracked her down with her phone number, broke into her mind to talk to her, then told her we needed to meet up. She didn't like that, so we kind of did a stakeout at her apartment. I teleported inside, stole her boyfriend's blanket, gave it to Frostfang. He sniffed it, probably put it back, and we tracked him down, or we thought we tracked him down. Then we found the Japanese restaurant, talked to Ninja Master, and she said that we needed to meet the other group. And we finally decided to meet up.
Cool. And then so it ended with you, like you guys are kind of like looking in the crystal ball, realizing that they're at the restaurant. You send out the vision. You see that they're there. You call her on the phone. You tell her, hey, go somewhere private with the group or whatever. So they all go in like the back of the kitchen or whatever. And she's got you on speakerphone and you introduced yourself and you said that you guys needed to talk.
Exactly.
Excellent. All right. So we're going to pick up. So we'll pick up from there. So this is going to be, it's obviously role-playing purposes, right? So you guys from Thursday, when you need to chime in as your character would during appropriate times, go ahead and do so. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So we're going to pick up. Let's see. Okay, hold on. It's going to be a couple. I'm just going to put you guys all around. You guys are all kind of like standing around in the sanctum. With the speakerphone on. All right. And then let me make sure the restaurant scene is set up. Yeah, this is okay. All right.
No, this was after I built my thing, right?
Yes, I did get your stuff on that. So,
Yeah.
once you were working on the thing, you got it created, then you showed back up over at the sanctum. We'll say. So I don't know if you want to detail what exactly it is you made for the group.
Punch Drunk. Good to see you. What have you got?
All right. So I've been thinking. We don't really know how his powers work, so we can't really immobilize him that way. So I figured the best way to go about it was to overwhelm him emotionally. So I invented this device. It wraps around your arm. That way, once you make contact with it, on him with it, it should, well, without getting technical, it just kind of gives him visions of hopelessness and despair. If we're lucky, it should bring him down to his knees at least.
Right, can't stop in his tracks literally, stop him in his tracks emotionally. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what does it look? Is it like a bracer looking thing?
Yeah, it kind of looks, it kind of like wraps up to like the forearm. There's like a little housing for a computer, and then it goes up to the fist, and this sort of like these little rings that you know, once it makes contact, it'll give him the visions.
Okay.
Because you know it's like a touch attack.
And then you made one of them.
Yeah, you know, I can only make one device at once.
Okay. So then, the big question is, who's going to wear it then?
I mean, I made it for me
Oh. Okay.
because the only arm I knew how to fit it to.
Everybody was all looking excited.
Well, you know, like, well, I'm only familiar with our party, and it's like only me and Frostfang that has like close attack skill.
Oh yeah. All right, so you kind of show it off. You know, everybody. You know, you guys think it's pretty cool.
Glad somebody here knows how to use this tech. Well, anyway, we've heard from the other group. I don't remember if we told you or not. They want to meet.
Not sure where.
So what we're gonna do? So we're gonna pick up. Okay, so Punch Strike, you come in. You talk about the device. Now this is where you're gonna make the call, Mordecai. We're gonna go back in time just a tad. So he comes in, introduces the thing. You're like, hey, I got the number. I know where they're at. Right now, and you're like, I'm gonna give them a call.
Okay.
All right, so you got this number that you got out of the crystal ball. So you're gonna try it again. Oh dear Lord, what's going on here?
He's pacing.
Oh, you gotta psych yourself up, 8 Mile style, All right, so you pull out your phone, and you redial the number, and it rings once, and then it rings twice. That's not distracting at all.
What even is?
Oh, it's just like when he moves, he's setting dots. Oh, not 440 feet. Are you sure? Are you sure you're ready? Positive. Final answer for $1 million. All right. So the phone rings, and then a woman answers. So it's the one girl you spoke to earlier, Natalie. So Thursday's group. So this is the point where you guys are like sitting there at the table or whatever, and this is when her phone rings. Right? She pulls it out. She's like, "Hello," and we go through that whole part where she's all like, so. Mordecai, since you got the phone, all right, go ahead and introduce yourself. Take it away.
Quick question: was this the woman that I spoke to earlier with my mind?
Yes, yes, it is.
That's what I thought. Okay. So I think I said something along the lines with, "Hi, didn't actually properly introduce myself last time. I'm the one that spoke into your mind. I'm Mordecai."
Oh, she's like, oh, okay. Because I didn't, I didn't have her led on to the other group that you were like that you talked to her in her mind, because she didn't know exactly how she felt about that. She didn't want to sound weird. So Thursday, right? So she's just all like, oh yeah, oh okay. She's like, what can I do for you?
Well, I know that we spoke with one of your partner's masters. I think it's time we meet.
She's like, oh, she's like, all right. She's like, I don't think I'm the one you're going to be wanting to talk to.
Oh, okay. So is it one of your friends who is gifted, I should say?
She's like, yeah, they're all, they're all sitting right here. Obviously, so Thursday group, like the conversation go a little differently, right? Just for continuity aspects, it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna try to be as close as possible, but some of the dialogue might be just a little different. So,
Nah, I'm having issues remembering exactly what I said last night on the phone.
that's all good. Then we can just improv. It could be
Yep.
like a whole new experience.
Wing it.
Exactly.
So basically,
Hopefully the end result isn't different.
hopefully the end result's all going to be the same, but kind of how we get there might be a little variations, but
Yeah.
we'll get there when we get there. So basically, what I had, Dax, what I had you ask is for them to go to somewhere quiet in the restaurant. You kill everybody
All right.
with a knife. All right, looks like Frostfang is all hyped up. He's all hot and sweaty now.
Ah,
Wet
good.
dog smell.
Werewolf sweat. Just when I need to activate the teleportation symbol.
Oh Lord. Training montage. All right, I got you. So yeah, so basically you're gonna ask her to, hey, can you have your friends go to a quiet part of the restaurant?
Okay.
So there's like some shuffling around here. She's like, yeah, hey, so the guy on the phone wants to talk somewhere quiet. And then Thursday's group, this is where you all kind of get up and you all went into the back of the restaurant, like in the back of the kitchen where there wasn't anybody there. And then she's got you on speakerphone, and you guys are all kind of standing around your phone. Friday, you guys are all kind of standing around Mordecai when you guys are talking. All right, so carry on.
Okay. So, where's a good place for us to meet? I suppose we need to talk.
Yes, let's start with how you have this number and who exactly you are.
Well, you see, I'm gifted, much like yourselves. My powers include seeing the mystic arts. I have a crystal ball that allowed me to see little glimpses of the future, and just so happened that one of you actually showed me this number.
One of us.
Indeed.
So Dax, you remember it was basically Kazi's character. It was James. He had written a number on like a napkin or a piece of paper and gave it to one of their group. And you were assuming that it was like his number, but it was apparently his girlfriend's number. Natalie, the girl you're talking to, or the girl whose number that you called.
Yeah, he was pretty well dressed, if I remember correctly.
So Thursday, you guys look around and you're just like, okay, Kazi, I mean, Zora, you dress pretty well, but I'm assuming no, you're not in lucha form right now. So
That's
obviously,
right, I'm in normal.
yeah. So you didn't write down no number, and then so you're like, you guys are looking, it's like, oh, okay, it's got to be Kazi then, because you remember that he. Remember, I told you that because after you guys got him out of jail, they took his phone. He didn't have it, so he gave you Natalie's number for when you needed to get a hold of him, and he wrote it
Yep,
down on
I
a piece of
remember.
paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, give us one moment. I think we've got a good place to meet up that's kind of out of the way for all of us.
Perfect. I've got 3 others with me. They're also special. Don't be alarmed when we arrive.
As long as you're not rolling in with an SPD SWAT team, we'll be okay.
One of ours is ex-SPD. I don't think he rolls with them anymore.
Guess we're just telling everyone that now, huh?
Well, I mean, friendship builds trust.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess, but like,
I don't think this phone's on speaker, so I can't actually hear that. I hear that and be like, aren't we on good terms with them right now?
Well, I mean, like you have that like not desperate alliance. What did we decide it was?
It was an alliance of convenience, really.
Okay, alliance of convenience.
But you never know. You never know what's already been going on with these guys.
Wait, you're allied with them?
That'll be something to be discussed at this location. I go ahead and
Indeed.
give them the address for that studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they give you an address to what they call a studio. You can tell by the address that it's like out in like not the bad part of town, not the best part of town. It's kind of just like a neutral area of town. It hasn't really been hit with the renovations, but it's not like it's not falling apart.
It's only semi-shady, I promise you.
Only semi-shady. All right, so you guys exchange, the information needed, and then you guys decide to hang up the phone, and then what was the time? It was an hour, right? Yesterday, you said meet there in like an hour or something. Okay.
1 hour to this location.
All right. See you in an hour then.
Mhm.
So Natalie's like, okay. She hangs up the phone.
Right. So how far away is it from where we are?
I mean, it's not crazy far. I mean, if you were to drive, it might take you like 20, 30 minutes or something to get there from where you're at.
Yeah, but I've got a faster way to get there. I've been doing some reading in my books, and I think I've finally figured out how to work this thing on my floor here.
Yeah. How's it work?
Well, it's actually, I can cast a one-way teleportation with it.
Then you could put us anywhere.
Calls Uber. You realize, like the spell is kind of taxing. I mean, it can potentially get you somewhere just if you have if you're strong enough to be able to maintain the spell. But from the distance that you're gonna go, the spell is easy enough to conjure.
Okay.
What time is it again?
So we're saying it's like a little after noon-ish. So we got about.
So we have time for lunch before we get over there.
Yeah.
Ooh, lunch.
So
Oh, yeah.
so you guys, basically the timeline is kind of getting down to about about 24 hours ish on the timeline that Rash has given you guys. So, but yeah, you guys have about an hour before you need to be there. So lunch is appropriate, I guess.
Yeah. So where do you guys want to stop and eat?
Why
I
don't we
don't
just,
know.
how about some Japanese?
Oh,
No,
sounds interesting.
we just had that for breakfast though.
Yeah, but that was Americanized Japanese.
That's true. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling pierogies.
Do like me some pierogies.
What do
I
you?
don't
What do you?
know what a pierogi is, but sounds interesting. I
Like
think
a-
I'm on it.
So we're getting pierogies. We'll go to like a Polish place, and then Frostfang could have like some kibasi, some good meat.
Yeah, now that he's all worked up, he's worked up an appetite now. Gotta have that protein.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys go out, you get your pierogies, get your meat, you come back to the sanctum, you eat. It's getting about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so before the hour is supposed to be up.
Well, should probably use the spell now, Mordecai. Don't want to be late.
Yeah, we need to get there as soon as possible, don't we? All right. Give me just a little bit. Okay. I guess so. Just start etching the symbols into the air and doing all that jazz.
Yeah, so the spell's rather lengthy, right? So it takes several minutes, for all the sigils and the semantics and all that other stuff. But then like the room starts to like hum with energy. Hair is like standing up on your arms or whatever. You guys are like, you guys have never teleported before. you start to feel kind of light, like almost like weightlessness. For a brief moment, and then like the sigil on the ground begins to just glow, and then this light begins to envelop you. It's a really weird feeling, but then you're pulled into the ether, as then you're think it's kind of like when they use the Bifrost in Thor. It's like this big tunnel. You guys go flying through.
Oh, so we established an Einstein-Rosen bridge, huh? Interesting.
All right, let's see. So let's get over here. All right, and then okay. So then Thursday's group. This is when you guys are all situated with your tables and chairs. You got your little meeting place set up, and then you see the thing begin to etch itself into the ground or whatever. You're like, yeah, I know it's all black. I'm changing screens. I don't have you guys available or tokens on there yet. But don't worry, it's coming now. Oh god. Oh shit.
By this point, I've already gone full Zorro.
Yep. I remember that. Rip. So now, if we go like this, boom. So actually, I gotta put that on the map later. Here we go. So yeah, so the sigil etches itself over the ground or whatever, and then there's like this flash of light in there. You guys are like, oh, what happened? And the four guys just appear. All in the middle of it, and like you guys kind of like land there. You guys are, kind of disoriented just for a second. You're like,
I'm going to force myself to stay calm.
We should have thought of like a cool pose to be standing in when we did this.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like some like Ginyu Force style from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I don't think you would have kept your lunch.
that would have been super awkward. I'm like, oh man.
I would love to do that, man. But
You get to cut the Ginyu
It-
thing and.
Mordecai, can you send us back so we can retry that?
No. I ain't doing that.
I mean, it's all about dynamic entry, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
We
Well,
gotta,
if we can't do a Ginyu Force pose,
There it is.
then I'm going to do a JoJo pose. Yeah.
Oh god, the JoJo pose.
maybe they didn't notice us yet, and it's not too late to get in the pose.
Oh, I think they've noticed us.
Huh. Nice trick.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I might end up using something like that down the road.
Got to be
If you think you
expensive
can
on
pull it
floor
off.
repair.
Floor repair. Yeah, because it does kind of like etch into the ground. Oh, wait. What is this?
Well, it's good. Well, it's a good thing the site we picked is scheduled for demolition in a few months.
Oh,
Are these
that's a bit sketchy.
lol? What is this? Monkeys Ginyu Force?
That's
It's
the Donkey
DK.
Kong.
He's the first member of the DK crew.
Oh lord.
I think I've actually been traumatized.
All right, so you see that the other group, they have a couple of tables set up, but basically there's chairs all around it. So you guys see these 4 people sitting at the table here. Oh yeah, I was gonna have you in the basically, and what I had you do, like before you come in, you scry the whole area to see what was going on. Is what I was thinking when I was running yesterday's.
Right, gotcha.
Just so you
Naturally.
know, yeah, just so you know what you're getting into. So you can see like everything that's in the area. So, all right, it's on to you guys. Obviously, I will be Shadow Dragon, and I will be Kazi's character up here. Why does it keep deleting his name?
Well, gentlemen, come have a seat. It seems we have much to discuss.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah, sure.
I'm Mordecai. We spoke on the phone. Pleasure to
I'm
meet you.
Zoro. Likewise.
I'm Connor. Nice to meet you all.
My name is Amon. Nice to meet you guys.
Well, yeah. So he moves over. He comes over here and sits next to you, Skench.
I'd nod to each person in turn as they introduce themselves.
And then you see that there's a woman sitting here with him as well. You don't remember seeing her though.
Is that Natalie?
No, that is not Natalie. Natalie's dark haired. This woman's like blonde, bloodish.
Yep.
Did everyone introduce themselves besides her?
Yeah. So okay. So yeah. So this guy. So here he introduced himself as James Bishop. He says that he's Natalie's boyfriend. She will not be attending today. She decided to go home. And then after everyone introduces themselves, so that this woman introduces herself as Amanda. She seems surprisingly calm for seeing people teleport into a room. She's just kind of sitting there, just kind of smiling, looking at everybody.
I guess I'll smile back. I don't know. Hey.
Very mild narrowing of the eyes.
Yeah, just gonna get up, go over to like one of the things over there, pull out one of the large sheets that are being stored in here, set it back down on the table.
Oh yeah, So now it looks like a nice table with a cloth on it.
Oh no, this is for notes.
Oh, for notes. Oh, excuse me. He's got to take it. So Sketch is taking the minutes from the Avenger.
This really is an Avengers meeting.
All right, so it's up to you guys. Do your conversation.
Well then, have you met him?
Met him, worked with him, and have a plot and a plan to possibly defeat him as needed.
Well then, that should save a bit of the details.
Him.
So-
Which him? There's two of them.
There's
Well-
two of them now.
You have Rupert and you have Rash.
But you also have the Rash's associate. I can't remember his name at the moment.
The guy with the visions.
Like kind of like the older
Uh-huh.
guy, like in his mid to late 40s, with the suit, well dressed.
Seems there's more to the story than we've been led to believe. Very well. But yes, I was talking about Rash, to be precise.
Well, let's start with some of the basics. I understand you have a crystal ball
Indeed.
and you use magic.
You can call it that.
All right. The most important thing we need to know, other than this, which is kind of just personal information, the most important thing we really need to know is what do you know about this and what information do you have?
Well, we know that Rash intends to destroy the world. And I know that you intend to stop him, I believe.
Yes, because, ending gravity and sending everyone for a hard flight is not my idea of a good time.
Is that what his device is going to do?
It's either going to stop gravity or increase it. One of the two. Neither one is good for us.
Yeah, that is troubling.
Did Rash also tell you he's tried 7 times to get us ready for an alien invasion that we continually fail to stop?
Yeah,
Oh yes, that was a
I'll believe
fun
that when I see it,
conversation.
though.
Oh, what was that? 2 people talked at once. I didn't understand either, though.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
David.
that was a fun conversation. Oh yeah, we're best friends. Also, I need you to stop me from totally nuking the planet with gravity.
Yeah, the whole best friends thing is kind of a loop there.
Yeah, he is most certainly not my friend.
I don't know, he did have his reasons. I don't think I can fault them. I do intend to stop him, though.
There's never a good reason for mass murder.
It's all relative, in my opinion. But again, we're not here to argue that. We're here to stop him.
The thing is, he's planning to hook a mutant who has apparently a ability to control gravity to some form of a generator or whatever to amplify his powers, therefore making him powerful enough to stop or increase gravity whichever way he decides to go.
Either way, big rip or a black hole. Doesn't
Mhm.
sound good to me.
And he said it needs this person to operate, right?
That is correct. We
Rational.
also have a suspected location of where this might be.
And do we have an identity on this individual?
His name is Rupert.
Yeah.
And Rash has him already?
Yep.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna take a 10, draw on this paper a picture of what he looks like.
Okay.
So that's a 22 art.
Okay. Good enough. So yeah, so you see Sketch, he draws something on a piece of paper, draws a figure of a man, and he's able to like basically bring it into like a Like how big of a? Do you just make like a little model of it, like 3D wise?
This was just I was gonna go for like a flat, full body shot. I wasn't thinking of like making it like a full model, but
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, you can draw. That'd be cool. You just like whoop, comes out of the page, and then you just kind of turn it around.
I can do that.
I think it'd be cool, but if you just
Yeah,
want to,
yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and do that.
there we go. So yeah, so he draws it on the thing, brings this model of this individual, full body. You can see all the detail and everything of what this Rupert individual looks like. He's he's a young guy, probably in his early 20s, similar to some of you. Clean shaven, young. He looks like a regular 20-year-old. Doesn't look very assuming at all. You're like, this guy can control gravity?
We found him while we were busting this guy, Kazi, going over to Kazi, out of the SPD's holding. After we got him back home, we got jumped by the SPD, and we all got separated at that point. That's when Rash ended up taking him.
So you've met him.
Yeah.
Was this before or after you knew what he was?
About the same time we found out what he was. Well, we were fighting Sterling in the SPD building. He tried doing something, but we weren't exactly sure what. And then it was shortly after that, I think it was like the next evening, when Rash made his appearance to us, pitching the whole 7 times tried, 7 times failed. And that's when he also told us what Rupert could do and what he planned to do.
Rush said something that's now concerning me. He told us he wanted to see if we're able to do what needs to be done when the chips are down. Now I'm hoping that sick bastard isn't trying to force us into a situation where we have to choose between saving Rupert or killing him to save the planet.
Well,
My thing is...
Sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
The thing is, regardless of what we absolutely have to do, there's a few things we do have to ensure. Number 1 is this thing gets stopped cold. Number 2, it gets done with as little as possible collateral damage to both life and property. This is going to be the bombshell for you guys. We have an ally who kind of is in the midst of trying to trust us, but we have to earn it first.
Go on.
You're never going to believe who it is.
You're talking about Sterling, aren't you?
Yep.
Who is it?
So I don't know. I don't know if you guys ran into him. So it's Commander Sterling is who they're referencing. Basically, he's like the leader. So Frostfang, you would know. So he's the leader of like the SPD here in Alpha City, like their like tactical division that's in charge of grab teams and all that other kind of stuff. So when it comes to like boots on the ground, the teams out doing the work, he's the man that coordinates all that.
Well then. Interesting.
Well, I'm glad we have some allies here. Where is he now? Couldn't make it to the meeting.
No, I didn't invite him to this one. I figured with us getting together, we need to keep the tensions as low as possible.
Is Commander Sterling a tense dude?
Right now, let's say we barely have his trust, if we do it all. And keep in mind, his job for the last how many years has been to round us up and ship us off.
Oh, I remember
Or
this
whatever
guy.
they
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I remember. I remember when he got elected to the where he got promoted to this position. That was a while ago. Same guy, huh?
Yep, and I'll tell you right now, he's got a very tough neck.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say. Well, maybe it is a good thing you didn't bring him here. But we definitely need to stop Rash. We have a problem though. We met Stardust.
What?
Huh?
You found her?
She found us. Well,
Oh, she found
she found
Vincent.
Vincent.
Hmm.
Would you like to
Well,
tell him what she said, Vincent?
big names are popping up left, right, and center.
Seems we weren't the only one that made a powerful ally.
Well, I would hold off on the whole ally part because it seems Stardust is more in favor of Rash than she is us stopping.
Hold on a moment. You mean to tell me we may have to contend with not only Rash, but possibly her as well?
I didn't get the impression that she's going to have a hand in the whole, deciding moment. But she made it clear that she agrees with Rash.
She agrees with him in what part? That we need to be stronger to stop this alien threat? Or that he should just go ahead and kill us all and call it a day?
That what he's doing for the greater good is right, and that if this does lead us to eventually defeating the aliens, then she's all on board with his plan, which of course should end with us stopping Rash, but I'd rather not have to worry about Stardust coming in at all.
I'm just laying the cards on the table, saying that there is perhaps a rogue element there. Right. What Frostfang says is true. Which I watched from what I could, and she didn't seem hostile in any way, thankfully. But I don't know. It's troubling news nonetheless.
If what Rash says is true, then you are right. We do need to get stronger. But I don't think threatening to destroy the world on a whim, just because you can time travel, is a good way to go about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think he went too far too fast. Like, come on, it only took him seven loops before he decided maybe killing everyone will work. This guy is not right in the head.
Oh yes, save the human race by destroying the human race before it can be destroyed. That doesn't sound like sound logic.
Well, I mean, again, you're looking at it from a narrow point of view, not something that Rash is limited to. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying I can see his reasoning.
Right. Well, anyways. So you said you possibly know where the device is that will turn off gravity?
The device that it will amplify the man who will turn off gravity, yes.
Problem is, we don't know what the device is or what it looks like. Or how to shut it off.
Hmm.
Well, we have some idea of what it looks like. We saw the major part that they had to steal from
Oh, please,
yeah, I don't
please.
think we ever came up with a name for the laboratory that they stole it from.
Yeah, I just got to
Yeah.
thinking about that. You could just say, for now, I'm in the lab. You know?
Yeah.
SPD lab, yeah.
Yeah, the SPD lab.
Please describe in detail what it looks like.
Wait, the SPD lab? Did he grab a scientist with it?
A scientist.
No, I don't recall. All we did was track the item itself, but I don't remember calling it.
We
Or did
tried
he?
putting a tracker on the item, on the generator he was stealing, to be able to follow him afterwards, but he found the tracker.
So yeah,
And
so
when we followed it, we were led only to him.
What about Loki's vision? Did he actually grab the scientist in his vision?
so how it went down. So you guys were tracking the generator, but no, you guys didn't see that he took like the lead scientist that was working on it. You just thought that the generator was taken, because obviously he whisked it and her away. With his, assuming with his teleportation power, because he didn't go out the front door. And so, but you guys didn't really that was kept super hush hush. But with their conversations with like Sterling and the other stuff, the other information that they've gathered, they know that the head scientist has gone missing along with it.
So yeah, what I'm proposing is basically a three-pronged attack. One of our groups goes after Rash, the other goes for the generator, the third goes for the scientist, and if possible, Rupert at the same time if we can get it. A failure of any of these 3 points, primarily Rupert and the generator, will result in Rash's defeat.
If we only need to take out one, shouldn't we focus all of our forces on just that one element?
That's a bit risky. I don't know. I feel like if we split up the attention and put pressure on multiple points, at least one of them is going to fail sooner than if we leave the others unattended.
It's a case of you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. If he's
My point
able to
exactly,
muster up,
friend.
if he's able to muster up enough force, he can still defeat us. If we're not quick enough, he can still win by powering Rupert. So if we attack 3 different points at once, we have 3 different possible success chances.
Exactly.
But why would Rupert be away from the device? If the device is to amplify his power.
It may be a case of whoever gets the device gets Rupert at the same time. It may be a case of you get the device, Rupert, and the scientist. But if we all go in 3 different locations looking for 3 different things, I feel we have a better chance of succeeding.
Do you have the 3 locations?
It's 1 location. I was thinking 3 points of entry.
Oh, I see. See what you mean.
I'm honestly not a military guy. I'm just going off of what I've seen in movies.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm on.
So you said that you actually got a glimpse of the device. Does any of you know what it looks like in detail?
We only saw the generator portion, but it's big enough that you're gonna notice it. Unless they completely tore it down and rebuilt it.
I mean, even if we know what it looks like, even from its outer design, we might be able to at least like figure out a flaw in the thing to try and like dismantle it.
Yeah. I should be able to figure out which device it is. Pretty
And if
good
you're
with
incapacitated
technology.
and somebody else needs to take over your spot,
Does anyone know how to build electronic things?
Everybody at the table kind of looks around at each other.
Well, then we'll probably want to scope out the place first. I could like send in my drone, have it look around. I'll identify the device. And that way, if I do get incapacitated, at least someone else could break it. I don't know. You're the tactics man, Amon. What do you think?
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
So while we're waiting on him, so you guys, so Friday group, you notice that. So basically, this guy right here that's been sitting here, basically he's actually up in the rafters, like hiding. It's the ninja. But when you kind of prescribed before you came in here, you were able to detect his presence there. But he's just kind of hanging up there, just kind of listening and watching. One of the victims tried to escape.
I
Yeah.
totally wasn't staring into another dimension while you guys were talking about stopping Rash and rather.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Excellent. I don't know a ton about tech. I just draw stuff and it happens.
You're right, Amon.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Thinking, man. Thinking is tiring. Okay. First. Okay. So tactics, strategy, focus. Okay. I don't know, man. I'm so out of context. Okay. So first of all, we need to. Okay, wait. Okay, we were talking about what?
Oh, everybody's typing now.
Oh boy. Okay.
Thank you for your contribution, Amon.
Oh, this is great.
Okay.
So
Okay. Stop it. Stop it, Rash. Okay. Oh man, I'm in a bathroom now. Okay. So first of all, neutralize his powers. That's of extreme importance. So, Connor, your machine is ready, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, my device. Yeah, it's all ready. Like an hour ago.
So, how does it work? Like to, yeah.
Oh, well, basically, you put it around your arm, and then when you hit him, it should overwhelm him emotionally enough to stop him, like keep him from moving. Fill him with such a feeling of hopelessness and despair that he drops to his knees.
Oh,
You know, I was.
An emotion-inducing machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See. I was thinking, because half of you haven't heard this explanation. You know, I was trying to figure out a way to nullify his speed, and since I don't really know how exactly his powers work, I couldn't do it through that route. So I figured, maybe if I stop him as a person instead of a superhuman.
All right. So if you can down him, that'd give Sterling enough time to put meta-damping cuffs on him.
And then we punch him in the face till he dies.
Okay, that's a little bit violent, man. But the thing is, I felt his mind. He's not weak-willed, man. So he may resist the machine. Just saying.
He's what willed?
He's strong-willed. He resisted one of my mental assaults in our first encounter.
Right. Oh, it's still worth a shot. If it doesn't work,
Yeah.
it won't work.
The thing is, we need probably first to somehow hit him. We need to or predict his trajectory or where he's going to be, or we need to limit his options, his movement options, like making lots of obstacles, or I don't know, making the floor slippery somehow. Yeah, you know, making zero friction.
Oh.
Making it have zero friction.
Oh, I think I get what you're saying. So what you're saying is turn the entire ground into ice.
Yeah, not specifically ice, but it works because it doesn't matter how his powers work because he still depends on having a surface to walk, right? So yeah, if he can't, what's the word, man? If he can't, sorry, man, I'm an immigrant. My English is not that good.
That's all good, man.
If he can't firmly step on the ground, he won't be able to run. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the basics.
Okay.
Got it. We get him off the ground where speed is no longer a factor.
Yep. And unless he uses his
Unless he uses what?
oh, I hate my phone. Unless he, I don't know, spins his arms so fast that he creates a gust of wind that moves him. You know, like the comic books. Then it's gonna be a little bit difficult to nullify his powers.
So while he's describing that, the ninja comes down from the rafters and sits over here next to Amanda and Zorro.
Oh. Hello, Mr. Ninja.
He just kind of nods. I don't remember what he said. So
I don't think he really said much of anything.
yeah, he's like the stoic type.
He was almost he was channeling his inner Snake Eyes.
There we go.
All right.
I have a bit of a random question. Does anyone here happen to drive a red '67 Mustang?
No, I don't think so.
Oh crap! My car's still at the mall. It hadn't been repoed.
I love like the world's coming to an end. It's like, oh, the first session, my car.
I never did go back to get it.
I mean, it was never declared, so technically it's still parked there in employee parking. You've got like 20 citations on the front of it, you know.
All the hell with it. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one at this point.
But yeah.
I asked because when we met Rash, the time he told us about his time loops and everything, he had this toy red '67 Mustang that he was staring at longingly, and he also keeps in a compartment on his super suit.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, the whole like for Thursday's group, you guys like first time you've heard anything about a red toy car, because when you guys met him, he didn't he didn't have it out, or if he had it at all.
That's news to me. Yep, I'm just nibbling on a snack.
He's got a Slim Jim.
I have the look of oh. Why are you gearing up? Look in my eyes.
No, remember at this point I'm already in full lucha form.
I'm
just having a snack.
Yeah, he's just hungry.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you were in
I
Lucha
have
form
a
the whole time.
stash. Yep.
Well, we have you have the location of where the device is going to be. I suppose we should start snooping it out. We have about 24 hours before it goes off.
Sounds about right. I'm just gonna kind of look back at Shadow since he was the one with the intel on that.
He's like, yeah, he reaches into his like I don't know, he's got like a pouch or a pocket on his outfit or whatever, and hands you the address. And you guys notice like this woman that's sitting here, like you guys are talking about all this like deep, these deep topics here. She's just sitting there, just kind of smiling, just kind of She didn't say anything. She's just kind of sitting there smiling, looking around.
Oh my god, she's Starfire.
From Teen Titans.
Wait, do you actually say that?
I suppose. I don't know.
I don't know. Does Vincent recognize her?
No. None of you guys recognize this woman. She seems pretty unassuming. Not saying your character's girlfriend is unassuming, but nothing stands out like, oh, hey, I know you.
So Amanda, what do you do?
Oh, she's like, oh, I just did you fill out what she did, Zorro? What did she do?
I left that to the GM's discretion to have a little bit of free reign with.
See, how old is she? Is she like early 20s?
Yeah, she's roughly about the same age I am.
Okay. So we're gonna make her. She's a barista at a coffee bar, and she's taking like night school classes. She's going to school, she wants to be a nurse.
Oh, I thought you meant power wise, not profession wise.
Well, that's what she said.
I think that's what they meant.
She's just all like, "Yeah, I'm a barista, and I go to college. I want to be a nurse. I want to help people."
Oh, that's nice. Glad we have a good barista on our side. I do
Wait,
like
is she
coffee.
a normie?
Oh, throwing out
Are you
labels.
attempting to be derogatory?
Is that what
I
they call
kind
it?
of bow up a little bit at this.
I'll have you know, coffee and tea are very important.
I mean to say, is she a non-enhanced?
She's like, no, I don't have any powers. I just wanted to come along and meet all of you that are going to be saving the world with my boyfriend.
Oh, that's sweet.
She's like, yeah.
She's a little protective.
Mm-hmm.
Do you plan on coming with us when we attack Rush?
She's like, oh no. Why?
No.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Just wondering. Just
It's a
wondering.
very green aura around her.
Where are these gifts? Where are these Where do you get this stuff so fast? Do you just have these like
Google.
you just have them in a folder on your desktop, just ready to go? Like I need
The meme folder.
Yeah, the meme folder. I need an extreme baseball right now.
I have that at work.
Touche. But yeah, so Bazora, this is where you're kind of like you're noticing that she's acting a little weird. Like she's not quite herself.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the feeling she's taking this way too well at this point.
Yeah, normally like when you talk about this kind of stuff, normally she freaks out at you, like when you're at home. It's like you don't be doing no dare and do.
This is about time I look to Shadow.
And he, so you look at him. He looks at you. He gives you that kind of like, yeah, I got you. It's going down kind of look from yesterday.
Yep.
And then
Give the slight nod back.
so you guys are all kind of sitting there like, okay, this girl's kind of weird, but she's cool, I guess. She's with him or whatever. Next thing you know, the ninja puts her in a chokehold. Just straight up, just around the neck, behind the head. Not like super hard, like he's trying to like put her out. But like he quickly grabs her, restrains her, and she's like, what's going on? You guys are like taken aback. You're like, what in the hell is going on here?
By the way, this is not a normal thing that happens.
Oh, okay.
So Kazi's like puts his hands in the
by
air.
this as well.
So James over here puts his hands in the air like, what the hell is going on? She's like, let me go.
And I begin the interrogation.
Okay, let's play it again. So these guys get to see it in all its glory.
All right. Who the hell are you and what have you done with my girlfriend? You are taking this way too calm.
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Thomas. It's me.
Ain't no way you are taking this too calmly. No one in their right mind would ever take anything this calmly.
Hey,
Who
Brian.
are you?
Yeah.
Can I roll my lie detector?
Sure.
See, she said it's me. Let's see, where's deception on this thing? There it is. Oh, that's a pretty bad roll.
Well, so okay, so were you scrutinizing?
I wanna do the luck reroll on that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's a 20.
Okay. So when she says it's me, you can tell that she's earnest in that statement. That she's not being deceptive in that.
Yes,
all right,
to
okay,
me,
so
this
I'll
is very
just
important.
let this play out more.
So James is all like, guys, what are you doing? Why are you choking the poor girl?
Because she has some explaining to do. If she is who she says she is, like I said, she's taking this too calm.
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
You have yet once threatened me and tried to intimidate me, threatened any of them in my defense. No, you are not who you say you are.
She's like, I'm just trying to be supportive. I know that things are dire. She's like starting to struggle, and like she drops her purse from her lap onto the floor. And you see the stuff. You see stuff spill out, and you see the bottles.
Start picking the bottles up and looking at them.
So you see, so she drops some stuff. So Friday's group, you see her drop stuff, and he bends over, he picks stuff up, and you see it's like prescription, prescription drugs, opioids,
Like Roxycodone or
yeah, stuff like that. Basically, like she's like, it's making her really docile. very just, yeah, man, kind of attitude. So what you're gathering is that apparently that this woman is very defensive of Thomas, of Zorro's character, and she normally apparently does not like him going out and doing crazy stuff like this, getting himself killed. But she seems pretty okay with it right now for some reason. Oh, we got another one. Why though? So then she goes in the whole conversation about how she went out with some friends and just the idea of the world coming to an end. She just couldn't take it anymore. Some friends offered her some of these to kind of calm her down, and then they gave her. There's probably maybe only 3 or 4 left in the bottle, just to kind of get her over this this big stress hump that she's in. So that's why she's. Oh, when you're young, you go out and party when you're young. I don't know. Story, man. Story. It was probably...
just gotta get ready for the apocalypse party.
Yeah, it's the world's coming to an end. Let's throw it to the wind.
I mean, all the girlfriends got together, and they were all very upset. And it's like, yes, let's just have an end of the world party, apparently. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We got time before the world ends.
So basically, the answer to the question of why she came, like when
because she loves her boyfriend.
Yeah. So I don't know, Zora, if you want to explain that to answer the question then of why she's here.
She's here because she is concerned. I am deeply disappointed in the fact that she is turned to using drugs. And these are not even prescribed to her. We may need a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. It's
Someone is going to be checking themselves into rehab immediately.
So as they have their little squabble there, so Friday's group, you guys decide, okay, we're gonna take.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna take your leave. You're gonna let them deal with their shit.
Should we do you guys want to exchange contact information real quick? Here we go. Like I'll say this to Sketch while Zorro's talking to his girlfriend.
Sure. There's not an issue with having more friends.
Yeah, in case we need to coordinate anything real quick. Then we'll just be our way out. See ya.
So you guys exchange contact information. Okay, let's see what everybody's typing here.
They're strong opiates.
I think maybe because I think where the conversation went was he was going to try to get her into therapy, to deal with whatever her problem is. I mean, sure, you guys may not care about this, but to his character, this is something important, maybe more important to their group. I don't know if it's important to their entire group. All right. So anyway, so you guys exchange contact information. So they'll give you the information of where the the address that they've got, or the area of town
Right.
where they believe that this is going to be going down. And then Friday's group, you guys then decide to take your leave. You're going to maybe go, I don't know. I think I had an idea. Maybe you guys are going to do some scouting or something like that. Kind of what you were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do you think, guys? You want to go straight to the area and start looking around?
Sure, that'll work. Let's go ahead and head that way.
All right, let's go.
All right. So you guys, let me get you guys here. All right. So you guys take your leave. I'll just leave you on there right now. So and
Very
then
quickly leaves.
do what?
Very quickly leaves.
Yeah, you guys kind of like let them like okay, they got to deal with whatever they're dealing with. Only if you could teleport.
Yeah,
right?
I saw this. I saw how those tokens move. They booked it.
Yep. So you guys,
Small trail of dust.
you know, just yeah, the only way to move faster is if you teleported. So you guys decide to. So you guys leave the meeting while they do their thing. So you guys are gonna go to the area of town listed on with the information that they gave you.
Yeah.
All right, so it's probably several miles worth of walking away to get there, because you guys did teleport to get here. So it probably takes you, I don't know, takes you a little bit to get there, maybe 30 minutes or so. You get to like the general area of where it is. So they have an address of, it's like kind of like condemned. There's like condemned buildings, but there's other like businesses and stuff still back in there. There's like factories and stuff back there as well. It's like a big kind of like, it's an older industrial area part of town.
All right, gang. I guess it's time to search the area.
Leave that with me. So I'll start scanning the area using my extended vision and penetrating vision to see if I can find something out of normal.
Oh yeah, because you can see like a million something miles away now, right?
Yep. Pretty far, man. Pretty far.
Because he's got 9 points in extended vision.
Oh my god.
So I think it's like, what is it like? What is that? So because it's for every point of extended vision, right? It increases because it's like increments of 10, right? Normally you take a -1 for every 10. So it's 10, and then you got 9 zeros after that as well. 1, 2, 3.
Jeez.
So
So what I'm hearing is you can just stare into the Earth's core at this
Well, that's
point.
like, so 10 billion feet. Here's how far away you can see. So that ends up being like, going close to, I don't know, like 1.7 million miles or whatever. So yeah.
Yes, you can stare into the core of the Earth.
Yeah, you could stare.
Yeah.
You could stare
See
quite
the
the
moon
ways.
unaided.
Yep. You just stare at the sun. I think the sun's farther away than that.
Sounds like a bad idea.
All right, so yeah,
Unless you have magic eyes like me.
Magic guys.
that can filter out so he doesn't become blinded from staring at the sun. All right, so yeah, so you just kind of do like one big sweeping pan of like this whole area. Now then, so you see, so like it's like selective, right? So you can see like individual details. You can focus on everything, right? It's not just like you're just seeing this like everything. I don't even know how to describe what that would even look like. Like
Neither would I understand how someone could get so much information. But comics, screw logic.
Yeah. Hey man, suspension of disbelief, man. Suspension of disbelief.
I would go with the Farsight from Perfect Dark. You know, you got the little X-ray like blues and greens and things.
Hey, we have a man that transmutes his body by eating beef jerky, and another guy that can just create anything by just drawing it out. I think logic has gone out the window a long time ago.
Touche.
Totally. Also, I should have asked him if he would like to learn how to draw in 4 dimensions. That would be amazing.
Oh man, now we're mixing science with our fantasy. This is fantastic.
Man, Jose, that's getting too crazy. You bring in that 4th dimension, and all kinds of things happen.
Jeez.
And that's only 1 dimension higher. And there are infinite higher ones.
Start bringing your chaos control into this stuff.
Are there any lower ones, or are we at the bottom?
We're like super basic. We have three-dimensional existences, and we can feel the 4th dimension, but we can't interact with it. Just feel it.
What do you mean we can only feel the 4th dimension?
What about the 2nd and 1st dimension? What about the 0th dimension?
You know what the 4th dimension is, right? It's time.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. But like
Time,
we can't
and
like
the 5th is space.
yeah,
something.
yeah. When I say like we can we can just feel it, it's like we can punch time in the face. You know, that would be cool.
Okay, Haman, can you see where the device is?
Okay.
So
All right.
so after several moments of him panning around and looking, he seems as though he sees something off in an old factory, off in the southwest of this like industrial area. He seems to be like focusing in on it. So Amon, you can see down in that area. So like that factory, it's like it's abandoned. It's no longer used. But it looks like it's been like some changes been made on the inside, and you can see that it is full of people in there. So like a lot of like Rash's like goons that he has, you know, like those like the troopers with the rifles. There's squads of them in there. You can see Rash is in there as well. He's sitting off in like an office room, off of the main floor, like by himself. Like he's wearing his red costume. He's got the mask off in his lap, and he has that red car that he's just kind of like holding.
Okay. Can I like roll tactics so I can try to come up with a plan to, I don't know, infiltrate there, or I don't know, just make us more prepared if we need to enter in direct conflict.
Sure. If you want to roll tactics.
So can you roll that for me, please?
Oh yeah. Let me get your sheet going here. Let's see where you're gonna roll. All right, I rolled a 17.
Oh, nice.
Do you want to use the 17, or do you want to use the luck control?
Reroll that.
Actually,
I think you should reroll that.
wait, I got some. No, actually, I can do even better than that. I have ultimate effort tactics, and I'm going to use that. So it's a natural 20. Yeah.
All right, so you come up with the greatest plan. So what else you see in there?
Greatest plan in history.
4th dimensional cube. It's fantastic.
What's Loki's bonus to tactics?
Plus 12.
Oh wow! So a nice 32.
Mm-hmm. So what else he sees in there? So he sees the other guy. I'm trying to think if
the suit guy they mentioned.
No, you don't see the suit guy. You see the other guy, the other built like melee fighter guy. I don't remember if I introduced him to you guys or not. It's one of his.
Wait, the big muscle dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fought him.
Yeah, so he's there. There's also someone else there that you haven't seen before. This is it's a female. She's kind of she's thin. She's red haired. Um, she's not wearing
Oh,
like
now
a
you know we in trouble.
no. You know, name's
Wait.
Tiffany. Y'all in trouble now.
It's Starfire from the new Titan series. Just kidding.
You see like the generator that you guys remember. Obviously stuff has been done to it as well, to attaching cables and stuff, and then all the components that were taken have been used to create this kind of like, it looks like a big, I don't know, looks like a big how do I want to describe it? Basically it's like a big box that that Rupert is in. It's like it's got like wires and stuff connecting to it. It's got glass and it's got electrodes and all this other kind of stuff all over it. Just use your imagination to think of something like super, sciencey, of something that somebody would stand in and be empowered. I don't know how, I don't really know how else to describe it. I don't have any pictures of it, but
Kind of like that thing from the first X-Men movie where Rogue kind of stands in it and sheer power gets projected all the way over to Manhattan or whatever.
yeah, kind of. But this is like a fully enclosed, kind of like, it's got like a domed, like a domed top or whatever. So he's kind of like, he's like in this kind of containment device. But he's like, he's just kind of like, he's kind of standing there, but he's like docile. It doesn't look like he's like fighting. He's not like banging on the glass or whatever. He's just kind of standing there, kind of like he's in like a trance or whatever. Yeah. So you see, like, there's probably like 30 something of his troops. There's 2 other henchmen. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I got the hiccups. And then Rash is in that office over there by himself. And then, oh yeah, you also see the scientist lady as well. She's just kind of going about her work, making adjustments to the control panels and the programming on the little computer that's attached to the generator. And so basically, that's what he sees, and that's what he describes to you.
So, first, Mordecai, do you happen to be able to, use your permeating abilities with other people, like yourself plus another one?
Don't think it works like that, friend.
Nah, sad. Okay, so first of all, we need to somehow deactivate the dome where our friend Rupert is being held captive. And I don't is the scientist woman bad or good or neutral? I don't remember, because we need to get her out of there too, probably. I think that it would be best, or either me or you, Mordecai, to get the beefy guy, because from what I remember, he didn't look to be too mentally strong, so we could somehow beat him. I don't know. And I don't know how to take that red-haired girl. I don't know. Maybe Victor. No, Victor. Wait. No, she looks fiery. I don't think Victor would do well against her. I don't know. Even though I believe on him, I believe on you, Victor. But better don't face her. And what do you guys think?
If she's fire, maybe if he cools her down enough, he'll stop her powers.
Yeah, but she's someone we didn't confront yet, so I don't have much information on her. But well, what do you think, Victor? Do you think you can take care of her for us, or at least buy us some time?
It's Vincent, not Victor.
Oh, he was talking to me?
Yeah.
Sure then.
Nice. So, my plan is, me and Mordecai, we go and go through the floor. We go through the floor using our permeating abilities, our incorporeal. So we face through the floor, inside the place, without no one noticing us. We get the scientist. We deactivate the dome. Victor holds the fiery girl, and Connor, you're probably going to have to defeat the 30 guards that are there helping them. So yeah, basically, do you think you can handle them? Wait. Did I cut? Did I got cut?
No, I heard you.
Okay, so do you think you can handle the 30 guards?
Wait, who was that directed to again?
Do you?
Oh, yeah, I can handle 30 guards. The killing
You're gonna need to hold them and the big burly guy until I get there and I can use my mental assault on him.
Right. The killing Rupert. I don't know. I don't think we should just kill Rupert. I think we should try avoiding that.
No, we're not going to kill Rupert. We're just going to deactivate the dome so we can get him out of there. Unless he needs the dome, then no.
Right. Well, I guess
Killing is not an option, my friend. Killing is only in last case.
But what are we gonna do with Rash after we stop them?
So, do you think you can, I don't know, jury rig some type of trigger in your emotion machine, so if he hits us or touches, the machine actually activates?
Yeah, I guess I could try. When we get to that point, I could try jury rigging it, but I don't really want to screw with it right now.
Okay, no problem. If I can also try to make some visual illusions to distract him, I can. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this because Destiny is something strange, and I can't control that part of my powers very well.
All right. So,
that's the plan.
Okay. So
came up in 30 seconds. No.
That's a good one.
Okay. So once you guys will do your recon, you'll kind of come up with the initial plan.
You'll do or what?
So you guys will do your recon, your reconnaissance, right? What you're doing now, you come up with your initial plan, which he's come up with. Eventually, like within probably 30 minutes or so, an hour, you get a call from the guys from the other group. Then this is where you guys are going to set up like the overall plan of like the whole plan of attack. Because you're going to have you guys, you'll have them, and then if they can get Sterling and some of his goons, some of his guys, to come down and assist, it's going to be a hot mess. All right, gamers. So there was the session before the finale. So the next session you see will be the finale for this campaign for Friday's group. It's going to be. I got some pretty good stuff planned. I don't want to talk too much about it because I might end up giving stuff away. There's going to be a lot of story things that I've placed here and there. Little seeds are going to come to all fruition here in the last episode. That's going to be next week. So we'll probably have that. I don't know, the beginning of the week after. Depends on how long it takes for me to edit it. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the next one, the finale. It's been a lot of fun. I've met, a lot of new people. I've loved playing with these guys. Their characters are great. We've had a lot of fun. At least I have. I hope they have as well. If you've enjoyed everything up to so far, make sure you hit the like button on this video just to help support the channel, get this stuff out there. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so you can get notifications when I upload new content. Like I've said several times now, I'm going to go back to my regular content production after this, and then be working on another campaign that I want to run. I will be doing like a recap video, talk about how both of these sessions went and continuity and things like that, probably the week after next. Just to kind of give you my thoughts on how it was running 2 games at the same time with such a large group of people and crossovers and things like that. I try to do a lot of stuff that I've never done before, and we're going to see how it all turns out. So until I see you again in the dungeon for the finale, I'm Brian, your Game Master, and happy gaming.